A few days ago on the channel I tested this, the Ping G425 LST 3 wood, and I really enjoyed it. So today we're going to test this, the Ping G425 Max 3 wood, and we're going to do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here guys. First things first, what is this on this club face? Oh, that's what it is. Now if you watch my Ping G425 LST 3 wood review, you'll know that we're going to talk spin consistency. I absolutely love that word, but let's get this off because it's in the way of potential greatness. Guys, welcome to the channel if you are new here. If you are new here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button below. Also, welcome to the channel if you're not new here. If you're not new here, welcome back and thank you for your continued support. So today, as I've said, we are testing the Ping G425 Max. Now, I really enjoyed the low spin variant of this 3 wood, so much so that I thought, what about if they have the same one, just with a little bit more forgiveness? That's exactly what this is. If you look at the head shape compared to the LST, it's a lot bigger, there's a lot more surface area, and it's a little bit more rounded, which I personally don't mind. It just gives you that little bit more confidence behind the ball. The LST, if I was going to pick fault with it, just looked a little bit small. This will be a lot more appealing to a lot more people. Also, huge talking point, you will see there are no turbulators on this club. Yes! I'm a huge fan of that. I think the turbulators for me just looked a little bit, they didn't look good. Right, that's enough talk. Let's see just how forgiving this club is. I'll tell you what, I'm talking about how forgiving these clubs are. I forgot that I'm actually swinging pretty well at the moment. But that's not to say that this club isn't for, well, everyone really. There will be tour pros playing this without a shadow of a doubt. There will be mid-handicappers playing this without a shadow of a doubt. And there will be beginners playing this without a shadow of a doubt. You see, for me, I always resonate with Ping drivers, 3 woods and irons as being forgiving, as being the people's clubs, as being just friendly. And if you did watch my review of the LST version of this wood, you'll know that eventually I teed it up, and I'm not going to ruin it for you, but if you haven't seen it, get yourself over there. Right. I might tee this up in the end as well and see if we can get it out there. But straight away, I mean, look how straight they are. Oh, yes. I'm not saying that is the club. I have changed a few things in the game this lockdown to hopefully get a little bit better. So generally for me, a 3 wood, we are talking around 250 yards. If that goes any further, then it's getting into the realms of my driver goes 275. So a 3 wood that goes 260 isn't ideal for off the tee. Let's see if we can get this out. Straight away looking down at it, it looks so much more pleasing, I suppose I could say, than the LST. I think it's going to be, this is going to be very popular. Right, come on. That was Healy. A little bit Healy, the spin's up there massively, and the distance has dropped just a touch. So I'm not going to spend this entire video talking to you guys about the face wrap design, about the spin consistency, although I would love to keep saying that word. So yeah, spin consistency, that's the last you're going to hear of it, because I've already done all that in the review of the LST variant. The only real big difference here is the MOI. You'll see that there's a tungsten weight in the back here that is strategically placed for a little bit higher spin, a little bit more MOI as I said, and to make the club more forgiving. The spin rates will be a lot higher with this than the LST potentially, obviously depending how I strike it. The one thing that I really enjoyed about the LST was that face wrap, because for me when I try and hit a 3 wood hard, I generally catch it a little bit bottomy. I've been known to top them. But generally for me that is a technology that I know helps my game, and I really like it. There we go. There we go. I do find it so hard when testing 3 woods not to just go 150 miles, I mean, all right, 100 miles an hour. But I do find it hard not to just try and hit them as hard as I can, because I get that innate feeling like I would with a driver that this needs to go as far as possible. When really I'm probably going to be taking this out. Maybe if there's a par 5 I need to reach at 255, 260 and hope that I put this swing on it. Oh, just missed the middle. Consistency-wise, quite impressed with this so far, with 5 shots in. Distance-wise, not entirely sure. I have been running the last couple of days, so I'm a bit stiff. That might have something to do with it, but very, very happy with where the balls are finishing dispersion-wise so far. There we go. That's the one. 257 carry, going 260. For everyone that does ask, I get this so often, why do my balls... I'm leaving that in. A lot of people ask on the simulator why I don't get much run out, and for me, on any simulator, on any launch monitor that you do use, you can set how the ground reactions are, and for me, I could put it on rock solid if I wanted, and that 257 could maybe go 300 yards in total. I'm only kidding myself and kidding you guys, so I'll just put it on medium. For me, is it medium or is it soft? Medium. For me, I put it on medium because generally when we play out here, that's what we get, and I don't think that it's going to gauge it any better than that, really. That was a really good one, though. Club head speed was up a little bit. Spin was 3.7, which is a little bit high, but for this club, that's what you would expect. Who wants to see me test this against the LS Tech? That'd be quite a cool video. See, I've nailed that one, and the spin's just shot right up. That would worry me a bit, because I'd love to use something like this, you know, something a little bit bigger, a little bit more forgiving, but if I hit that shot into the wind, I'm going to be really disappointed. Sound-wise, it does sound okay. For me, the 3-woods do sound better than the drivers in this year's Ping range, and that is notable. And they look miles better as well because we've not got those turbulators. I wonder if this is like if they're testing this for the next driver. Imagine if the next driver looks like this. Yes, please. Let's have another one. There's a par 3 out there. It's 260 again. We're stepping on it. We're absolutely gunning for this one. Nearly. Right, I'm going to peg a few up because that's what we did with the LS Tech, and I want to see what it's like as potentially a driver replacement. One thing this does have as well is loft and light adjustment. So when we were testing the LS Tech, we did loft it right down to see what we could get out of it. So it's only really fair that we do the same with this. I do like that you can adjust the lie angle as well as... That was never going to work, was it? As well as just the... They're always a bit stiff, aren't they? As well as just the loft. So you can see if we spin this round, we can either go 1 degree up, 1.5 degrees up, another 1 degree up, but this is changing the lie angle to flat, 1 degree down. And I would actually prefer that flat lie angle for me because it's just going to feel like I'm not going to hit it as far left. But I'm going to go 1.5 degrees down here just to see how much distance we can get. You'll see that's on the big minus, not the little one. Right, this could be interesting. One thing Ping haven't managed to do like Callaway have, and to be honest, no one's managed to do it like Callaway have, is when you do adjust the shaft, stop the grip from spinning round and the shaft graphics from spinning round. So it does move them around a little bit. That might annoy you. It annoys me probably more than it should really, right. So this is now like a driver replacement for me. We've got this lofted now at 13 degrees. Come on. 265 you want this out there, I think. Oh, 263. A little bit left, but I do love these 3-woods 4 off the tee. I think the LS Tech and the G425 Max are fantastic options if you're not maybe quite getting on with your driver like you should be. Maybe. Still going to try and launch this. I don't want a knuckleball. I want a nice high-flying bomb. Again, that's one where the spin's just shot up. We're going to go one more, then we're going to take a look at all these numbers. I must say, the face is absolutely massive, so if you do struggle hitting the middle, this could be the club for you and me. I think the LS Tech was better for me, really. Not bad. Guys, that's a load of shots hit with the brand new Ping G425 Max 3-wood. How do I feel like it's performed? Personally, I feel like the spin is a little bit too high. I don't think it's necessarily the head for me. I do wish I could have a big head that gives me a bit more confidence, but that kind of low spin element, it's not something you see very often, is it? But yeah, that's a load of shots hit. I feel like it's gone okay. We'll see dispersion's good. What about the numbers? Let's take a look. I drew that out, didn't I? So dispersion-wise, once again, we're kind of hugging the left side a little bit. Not as good as when I've been testing clubs recently, but that mainly is down to me. Very impressed with some of these left shots. I do feel like with other 3-woods, they might have been a little bit further over here. And with other swings, again, they might have been out the window. But generally not too bad. I think it's a nice consistent-ish height to say we've tested it both off the deck and off a T-peg. What about the numbers? Well, look at the averages. And out of a dozen shots, that's pretty much where I would expect it to be. There were a couple that will have dragged that down. Club head speed average 102, ball speed 149, and a spin at 3,285, which is there or thereabouts, but a little bit on the high side. Definitely don't think I've been swinging particularly as well today as I have been in recent reviews, but the club's still done pretty well. For me, averaging about 250 is where I would expect a 3-wood to go. I think there's a misconception. We all expect 3-woods to go as far as our drivers. I did get a couple up there at 260-ish, 263 I think was the longest one, but the shortest one was right down at 235, one that went really high and spinny. So quite interesting results. I do think I'd struggle to use it in the wind because I'd be worried that I'd get that spinny one that would cost me a lot of distance. But then the LS Tech is a little bit less forgiving and looks a bit smaller, and I'd probably top it a couple of... I wouldn't, I probably would. But guys, that is my review of the Ping G425 Max 3-wood. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit those comments below if you want to see me test it against the low spin variant. If you're kind of umming and ahhing, I would go and test them yourself anyway, but if you want a bit of entertainment and we can test them, then we'll do that. Apart from that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button if you have enjoyed it. Get in the comments below, and also if you want to check out the second channel, there's a few fun bits kicking off there. And apart from that, on here, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!